Hello there and welcome. In this video I'm going to be making a lagoon reef aquarium based around the natural environment of a lagoon. It's going to feature a lot of open space and be primarily made up of macroalgae, soft corals and a few nice hard corals. The tank I'm using for this is the D&D Reef 1200, which is a fairly new aquarium to the market. It has a really nice tall cabinet, it's sumped, and the tank itself is made from a low iron glass, and rather than being tall, it's actually quite long and quite deep, which is a nice feature. The specs for this tank will be up on the screen. There are three different sizes, a 290 litre, a 365 litre and a 500 litre. For this one I'm using the 365, which is the 1200. The sump's quite nice, comes with lots of space for equipment and if you want to do a refugium. It also features integrated filter socks. The cabinet is soft closed. The cabinet's nice, it comes with four different colours. I believe it's white, black, there's a carbon and there's an oak colour as well. Side on the tank is as wide as you can make it and has a nice low profile glass. It has a low noise weir system, so the weir plate itself is cut on the bottom and on the sides, which apparently lets more water through and stops most of the trickling noises. It features a movable duckbill output, and it has two down pipes and one up pipe. The two down pipes allow you to adjust the water level above the pipe which takes the water in, which reduces noise significantly. It also has an extra compartment for your wiring to go down, which is a nice feature. So overall a really nice tank. Enough about the tank though, let's look at some of the equipment I'm going to use. So lighting is provided by TMC V2 iLumenAir 1200. I've used these lights a lot and I find them very easy to use. They output a huge amount of light and they grow corals really well. So the sump pump I'm going to be using is the new to the market TMC Reef Pump 6000, and that's a DC pump. These are packed with features. They have a controller unit. They also have a soft turn on and turn off feature. They can be turned down from 6,000 litres. I think this one will go down to around 1,000, so there's a lot of scope to run it however you want. And it also has a feed mode. A nice solid pump. The skimmer I haven't got yet, but it's going to be a TMC Reef Skim 500, and that's also going to be a DC one. So that will allow me to control the skimming. I'm using D&D salt, which I find is basically the same as the Red Sea salt. So the idea for this tank is to be a natural looking environment, almost not quite a biotope, but I don't want to do the classic wall of rock with corals. So the idea is, as you can see, a fairly deep sand bed and two pillars which represent how lagoons tend to look in the wild. Lots of open space and then some focal points for algae, corals and fish to hang around and grow on. So there has been a bit of an evolution in this tank. The basic idea is what you see in front of you, but I've had to upgrade and add bits of rock here and there just to get it the way I like it. The rock I've used has been aged on my shop systems for probably 6 months, so it's very much alive, and I've added some live sand to speed the process of cycling up. So this tank should be cycled fairly quickly. You can see the rock I've put in there has got quite a lot of algae on it already. However, most of this algae has in fact died off since I put it in there, unfortunately. So after my initial play around, you can see I've added a few soft corals. There's a cleaner shrimp in there at the moment. Some of the soft corals I've added have grown huge amounts, so it just shows how live the rock was, how live the sand was. This is literally 2 or 3 days after I set the tank up. I've got some recordias in there, I've got some discozomas, and they're doing really well. Already you can see some hair algae growing, which I really like. I've got some dragon's breath red algae growing there, which I cultured in another tank. There's also some ulva algae growing, which is like a plate, and there's a few miscellaneous algae coming off the live rock, which is really good. So some of the algae that I've added are Caulerpa prolifera, because this is great for an open sand bed and it will create an almost seagrass like effect, which I'm really looking forward to. I do hope to have some pipefish and or seahorses in this tank, so this will be excellent for those kind of species. I've also added some Caulerpa brachypus because this is a nice short leafed algae just to coat the top of this rock. And I've also added a little bit of Caulerpa racemosa to the side there just to grow on that edge. I'm aware, obviously, Caulerpa is one of the fastest growing algae, but this is what I'm looking for. I want algae, I want fast growing. I've got plenty of fish that will eat the excess, and I want it to look natural. I don't want it to look too trimmed and proper. It's basically going to be a planted marine tank, that's what I'm looking for. So we're getting there. It's going to take a few months to really bed in, but I think the initial stage is looking good. There will be update videos. I'm going to do another video around 2 months stage once I've added some more Caulerpas and different algae and things, and then you can see how it looks from there. So that's the tank. Stay tuned for more updates. I'd like to give a shout out to my first Patreon patron, Lauren. Thank you very much, and welcome to the Corridorus Club. If you'd like to support me on Patreon, please follow the link at the end of the video or in the description, and just sign up to become my patron and you'll get a shout out and other exclusive offers. It really helps me out, so thank you very much if you do. So guys, thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it, and happy fish keeping.